This week I'm taking over the Tombow blog with a challenge. So it's all about words of wisdom. The materials you're going to need to make this really cool frame are going to be a paper trimmer, some sketch pad, paper, a frame, a Tombow mechanical pencil, some Tombow dual brush pens, a ruler, extreme adhesive, a mono adhesive eraser, and some flowers. So you're going to want to open up your sketchbook to an empty page. You want to make sure the page of your sketchbook is at least bigger than the opening of your frame. Now I drew a first line to start off with. You can measure to draw your line exactly straight, and then from my starting line I measured every ½ inch, and then I used the ruler and the mechanical pencil to draw lines every ½ inch, so it'd be almost like lined paper. This is going to be a guide so I can make sure that I get my lettering straight. You can always erase the pencil later, and that's what we're going to do. Next, I marked the center of the paper so that I could draw a centering line so that my imagery or my lettering would be centered, so that when I trim the paper to fit the frame, I don't have to do any guesswork. I can measure it exactly. So once you have all your pencil lines on, you can go ahead and start lettering. I'm using the smaller end or the bullet end of the Tombow dual brush pens to letter the smaller words. And then I'm going to use the brush end to letter my cursive word. So I first lettered it with pencil so that I wouldn't mess it up. And then I went over that with my pen. And you want to use a thicker stroke on the down strokes and then kind of pull your pen up from the paper when you're going upwards on the letters. I am still learning how to letter. I'm not an expert at all. So I just went in and kind of filled in some more of the stuff that needed to be filled in. Next, I finished out the quote and added the attribution to the bottom with the bullet end of another dual brush pen. Next, I measured the backing for my frame and then cut my quote to fit. My paper is actually 5½ inches wide, but my frame is a 5x7 opening. So I'm using a paper trimmer to measure exactly so I could cut just a ½ inch off of each side. And then I trimmed the paper vertically to 7 inches so it would fit. Next, I added a little bit more detail so that my lettering would look centered with the pen, so I added some more swirlies there. And then once all of your marker is dry, you want to go in with a non-PVC eraser like this Tombow Mono NP eraser and erase. Now, if your pen is still wet, you might get some smear marks or smudges. So if that is the case, you're going to go in with a Tombow Mono sand eraser, and you can erase all those smudges. It will also erase the pen, so you don't want to do it over top of the pen or marker, but it's great if you ever make errors in your lettering. You can use this sand eraser to get into all the little crevices. Now there is a link to that. If you click on the link below to go to my blog, there is a link to where you can get that sand eraser. Next, I used some Tombow Extreme adhesive to add that paper to the back of my, or to the inside of my frame, and then I just mounted it like you normally would inside of a frame. Now I'm using some Tombow Extreme adhesive tabs to add my flowers on. So I have a mix of some paper flowers that are purchased from the store already made, and then a crepe paper rosette that I made. I will put a link here in the video to the tutorial on how to make those crepe paper rosettes, but they add a lot of dimension. They make your paper flowers go further, and it's just kind of a fun look. Plus they're super cheap to make. This project makes a great gift for a grad, as a housewarming gift for new homeowners. You can give it as a wedding gift. It's a great way to kind of share some words of wisdom. And if somebody has a favorite quote, this is a really fun way to make a gift of their favorite quote. If you are watching this on the Tombow blog, be sure to go down to the comment section at the end of the post and check out the challenge. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Now, if you are watching this on a blog, you can click the little YouTube emblem down on the lower right-hand side of the screen to go over to YouTube to subscribe and leave comments there as well. Bye!